In this video, we'll be looking at two of the tools found under the Action section of the Toolbar 2. We'll be looking at the Dual Page Display and the Pin Page. What is Dual Page Display? Dual Page Display is where I'm able to go and put two pages next to each other so that I can see them both on one page. Why would I go and use a dual page display? It affords me the ability to have two sets of information next to each other. So a question and a table that I fill it in, or an activity where I need to drag pictures or items across into different pages next to it. But I need to be able to see both of them. It also offers a small amount of support for differentiated work, where I'm able to get the next section of work up, and those students that are working a little bit faster can move on. And at the same time, the work is still up for those students that are struggling with that activity, and they can catch up. Let's go look and see where I activate this dual page display. There are three ways I can do this. I can click on View in Toolbar 1 and go and switch it on, or I can go down to my View Screens and click on Dual Display, and that will activate it. The third way to do it is by actually adding in the shortcut icon into the Action section. So if I right click anywhere on the toolbar, or I press on the cog, it'll bring up my customized toolbar sections, and then I can go and find my dual or single page display button, and I can drag it into my Action section. And then if I use this feature a lot, I can just simply press on the toolbar for it to be used. Let's have a look at an example where I would want to use it. So here I have a question with the table on and my results that I need to fill in, and then I have my results table on the next one that we've been filling in. We're going in, we're filling it in. It would be nice to have both next to each other so that I can go back and I can fill it in. So what I would do is click on Dual Display, and now I have both options, and the students can come up and they can fill in their results. They can come and they can add results from their table into this side, and then we can work from there. So there's a few important points to remember. You notice that when I clicked on Dual Display, the screens got smaller. So the second tip is quite important. You need to create whatever you're going to be creating in dual page mode already, so that you can see that it's big enough for the students to see at the back of the class. Sometimes we create in our single page, and then when we shrink it down, it's too small for the people to see at the back. So keep that in mind. Create in dual page display. Now the next tool that goes hand in hand with the dual page is called the Pin Page button. It's a little thumbtack you can see there. And again, we find it in a number of ways. Either by clicking on View, Dual Page, and then Pin Page there, or we can have the shortcut icon, or we could have the shortcut icon in our toolbar and we can click Pin Page. So what does Pin Page do? Well, here I have an example of all sorts of different animals, and I need to put them into the following three correct pages. I have a farm, I have an underwater scene, and then I have the house where the animals could stay. So in order for me to do this a lot simpler than the kids dragging it and going backwards and forwards, I pin the page that I've selected. There we go. I then go choose my next page. So the animals will then go take the animals that go to the farm by dragging it across. Then I go to my next page, and it's the underwater scene. But notice that my animals have stayed where they are. Pin Page. It's a great button to use. We could have used it in our previous example with the worksheet because the questions are there, or the steps on how to do the experiment are there. So we could have kept that pinned there, and then they could have got those instructions from that without having to go backwards and forwards the whole time. Okay, put the animals in there, go to the next page, and the last one is the home. The children will come and select the animals that go there. And if you go back, you can show the same pages again, but that page stays pinned. In order to unpin it, we click the pin button again, and to go from dual to single page, we click on the dual page display button. Thank you for watching this video, brought to you by the Technology Training Academy.